Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jenna Lee and welcome to our humble little farmhouse in Missouri. I want to take you through my day. We're going to do a little bit of everything. We're going to be preparing for some company and getting a room ready for them. I love making a cozy little place for our guests to stay and just making them feel welcome. We are also going to be making some new laundry detergent, and I'll share that recipe with you guys, and doing some fermenting as well. I'm trying out a new sauerkraut recipe, and I want to share that with you guys. Life ebbs and flows. There are weeks that are heavier, and there's weeks that are lighter. For me, this week was a little heavy, starting out with taking my son in for a surgery at the beginning of the week and just being completely submersed in caring for him and tending to his needs as he's recovering from a surgery. And so today I am attending some things that have needed to get done. There's so much to be done. But picking some daffodils, bringing some flowers in, some fresh, clean linens, helps keep things a little bit lighter, things smelling fresh, and it feels like medicine for the soul. Even I get a little downtrodden at times. My heart gets heavy with the weight of responsibilities and things that are going on, and not just in our family, but in the world. So I hope that you can feel a little bit lightened by spending some time with me today as we focus on nourishing and loving and tending to the good, wholesome things in our home and bringing that beauty and light in. I love it when guests come over because it gets you to take care of some things that really need tending to, like our laundry room. After the winter, this room gets loaded up with hats and gloves and mittens and winter coats and muddy boots. And so it's a little bit cluttered at the moment. And I'm just picking up all of these hats and gloves. This is our little garden basket that holds all of our garden gloves. So that stays. But all of the winter gear is going away, being packed away, and I just need to reorganize our hats and things that actually will be used during the spring and summer months that are ahead of us. So I organize our hats into baskets and keep them in here, and definitely edit anything that needs to be taken out, anything that isn't going to be used for the warmer months ahead. I am taking out those heavy snow pants and heavy snow coats. I don't think we're going to be needing them anymore. And Jared just walked in at the right time and said, "Honey, is there anything I can do?" And I said, "Yes, please. Can you take all of these coats and put them out in our snow bag?" We have a bag that we call the ski bag, and it's the bag that holds all of our snow pants and snow coats and warmer gear for playing in the snow. I also found some baseball mitts and gloves in here, and those are going in a container in the boys' room. And my dish towels and rags are just getting out of hand. These white little linen towels are for putting over sourdough. And then these microfiber rags, of course, are for everything else. I use microfiber rags for cleaning and dusting and all the things. And this is also a basket up here where I keep my kitchen towels. I just don't have enough space for how many towels I have for the kitchen in the kitchen. So I just keep them in this little room right next to the kitchen and come and grab them when I need them. And it feels so good to have this tabletop cleared off to be able to fold again, which is the purpose of this table, not to be gating clutter, which it sometimes does. We have one bathroom upstairs and the children use it. And so it had a nice deep cleaning before our guests come. And I was able to wash the rugs that are on the floor, put some clean soap out, clean towels, and it smells nice and bright and fresh. I was able to wash the little curtain that goes in front of my washer and dryer, and now I'm just putting that back on here. I do have a couple videos of redoing this whole laundry room, mudroom makeover, and I will make sure to link those videos down below. But I actually created this tabletop that goes over my washer and dryer, and I wanted a folding table and something to hold my baskets and such, and I created a little curtain rod out of some pipes that I got from the hardware store, and it makes the best curtain rod here. It's nice and sturdy and strong, and it seems to be working out really well. We're going to make a quick and easy laundry detergent. Last time I used Fels Naptha soap bar, and I was not crazy about the smell, so today I'm using a peppermint Castile soap bar instead. I'm going to see if we can come up with a more attractive scent. And I'm going to mix all this together in my food processor. I just start out by putting the grating attachment on top just to break that bar of soap down even more. And then I'm going to put the chopping attachment in here and put that bar of soap back in, our grated bar of soap, and chop that down to even smaller pieces. And I did pick up a little bit of scent to make it smell better, although you could totally make this a neutral, non-scented laundry detergent. You could do whatever you want. Today I'm trying out this downy fragrance of light lavender. I've actually never tried it before. It smells delightful. I know there are cleaner options. Last time I actually used a Mrs. Meyer's lavender crystals, and that smells really wonderful. I love some of those Mrs. Meyer's fragrances, especially the basil. So you could try that as well, but I'm using 1 cup of fragrance and trying to pulse that down as fine as I can. And then I'm doing 2 cups of baking soda and putting that in here with my soap and my crystals and going to pulse that once again. This recipe is so easy. 1 bar of soap, 1 cup of scent, and that's optional, 2 cups of pure baking soda, and then 2 cups of laundry booster soda as well, and 2 cups of borax. So now that my mixer is full, I'm going to empty that out into my jar that I keep my soap in, and then I'm going to just pulse up the rest of those ingredients and mix them by hand. I just find that mixing up your own laundry detergent is so much more price effective. If you're going for a cleaner route, looking for something cleaner to use in your clothes and on your skin, you can control what is going into your laundry detergent by making it yourself. And I just use about a tablespoon of this laundry detergent with each use. So it lasts for a pretty long time. I want to say that this laundry detergent lasted me for at least a few months. And the peppermint Castile soap and the light lavender was such a beautiful marriage. I love the way it smells. It smells so delightful, so springy, and so fresh. I'm so driven by things that smell good and are beautiful, and it makes some of these mundane tasks of doing the laundry a little bit more pleasant, and I get a little bit more excited about trying out my new laundry soap each time I do my laundry. This process was a little bit messy, so I'm just cleaning it up and getting a few spider webs and cobwebs as we go along. Don't underestimate the simplicity and power of baking soda and vinegar. I do a lot of cleaning with that. When I'm looking for something that's scented and beautiful, vinegar is not my favorite first choice, but it definitely has a place in the home and packs a powerful punch. I do like putting some vinegar in with some of my clothes. And of course, it doesn't smell like vinegar. I find that it does amazing things for washing towels, and it helps fight any of that mildewy odor that you have in your towels. And it also can help fluffen them up by cleansing the fibers around your fluffy towels. So I'm keeping a jar of vinegar nearby as well. And I just wanted to show you one more time the things that I did keep in my spring laundry room. We've got our towels and rags. I've got my seeds tucked under this little shelf. I like to hide some things under here that I use now and then, some touch-up paint and some clothesline pins. Here's my laundry soap. I do have a little bit of liquid left over here as well. More seeds up in the basket on the left-hand side, and a little bit of light jackets. The next morning, I just needed to take a moment to calm my mind, take a deep breath, and to organize my thoughts. And there's no better time to do that than a little bit of quiet time in the morning while everyone's still getting up. And I also needed to write down a few recipes, gather some thoughts and ideas for a menu. I'm not a really strict menu planner. I'm not super organized, but I do like to put some thoughts together for more of a rough draft. So I'm writing down some basic things that I know I can make for our company. I have been meaning to get to a few fermented things in the kitchen. This is my milk kefir that's been sitting in the fridge for quite some time and is very, very sour. So I thought I would freshen that up by pouring out the remaining liquid in there. This one is going to be very, very sour. So I think I'm going to feed this liquid to the animals and just start fresh. I'm really loving this cap that you see on the top here. It allows me to strain and pour new milk into it. And the little cap that goes on top has a couple of different settings where you can turn it, and it's closed completely where you can store it in the fridge. And then you can turn it once again and it's actually slightly opened. And this is for fermenting on the counter. So this is super handy. I love keeping kefir in here and it makes it super doable and functional. So I put some fresh cow's milk into my kefir grains. I'm going to leave that on the counter to freshen up. I will be linking down below the lid for the milk kefir in the description box below, so look for it there, along with the recipes that I'll be using today. These heads of cabbage have been sitting in the fridge for so long. That's why I love cabbage. It lasts for so long in the cold refrigerator, and all I have to do is peel off the old and wrinkly layers off the top, and it's still ready to go. Such a good storage crop. I got this new recipe idea from a chef who lives in Montana. He actually has a cooking show on Discovery Plus, and I have been really enjoying in my free time when I have time to watch a little show. The only thing I really watch are some things on Discovery Plus, and he's one of my favorite cooking channels. And so I wanted to try out his recipe of sauerkraut, and it has carrots and purple cabbage and garlic. And it sounded so rich and delicious, and I love the color that the purple cabbage adds to it. So it's about 2 heads of cabbage, 1 purple and 1 green, and 3 medium-sized carrots or 2 large carrots grated, about 6 or 7 cloves of garlic, and a half teaspoon of fennel. I have made sauerkraut once before here on the channel using my large fermenting crock, which is great for bulk fermentations. If you want to make a load of sauerkraut or another veg and have lots of it, that's perfect. But if you want to try out a new recipe or some new flavors, working in a mason jar, a smaller container is more practical. So I'm just adding 3 tablespoons of salt and starting with that. And then I'm just going to mix it in by hand at first and really work that salt into the cabbage. So like I said, today I'm just going to be making a smaller batch and trying out this new recipe and seeing how we like this garlicky fennel sauerkraut. I picked up this fermenting kit that comes with this fermenting guide and recipe book. I'm excited to try out some things in here. I had mentioned in the past that fermenting is a goal for me. I want to get more familiar with fermentations, get more probiotics into our diet. So I'm just kind of slowly walking into it. I've been experimenting with sauerkraut. When you are fermenting, you need some sort of weight that keeps the vegetable below the liquid line. These are called glass pebbles. They're the weights that are going to go in our mason jar. This little kit is perfect for fermenting in mason jars. And then the little rubber lids that you see there on the counter are to go on top of the mason jar, and they have a little hole on the top to let out some of those bubbles that come out from your ferments. If you airtight and seal your ferments, you're probably going to have some explosions happening there. So you have to have something that lets the air seep out. And it also came with this nifty little smashing tool that fits perfectly in a mason jar. So I'm putting all of the vegetables in and mashing it down. As I'm mashing down, those juices are coming up nicely. If you are not getting enough liquid out of your sauerkraut, let it sit for longer and let those salts work on it, and then mash it down again, and those liquids should come nicely. I put the weight in there, smashed all the vegetable down below the liquid line, and put this little liner right here on top. And I'm so excited to see how that works out. You can get this fermenting kit or even buy the pieces separately for the mason jars from KooeyHousewares.com. You can also get the milk kefir lid from KooeyHousewares.com. And I want to thank them for sponsoring today's video. They are one of my favorite sponsors. I love all the products, the high quality kitchen products that I get from them. I also love supporting a family owned kitchen store right here in the USA. So I invite you to head on over, check out their store. You can use my code Pioneer10 to get 10% off your first order. And happy fermenting.
You can tell by the way that he stands up.
Jaden wanted to show you our little chicks that we have raising here in the kitchen. This was our first time hatching chicks here on the farm, and it's been a really fun experience.
These guys are the same age, but this one's a hen because it's a lot shorter than the rooster.
You only have one rooster?
Look how
I think that none of these look like roosters. This one is definitely, but none of them really look like it. Because you can really tell, because these and these are the same age as that one. You can really tell the difference in size.
Who's the oldest ones?
This guy actually right here.
Well, this tall one.
No, that one's the second oldest. This one is the oldest. It's a hen.
Oh, you remember in the order that they hatched?
Yep. First, second, third.
Just want to thank you guys for joining us in our humble little farmhouse and spending some time with me today. The recipes will be in the description box below. And you can catch me next week on Monday for a new video. Love you lots, guys. Bye.